What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. We are back at Copart here in Oklahoma City for another walk around. Let's jump into this video today and see what we find. Now, I know you guys are going to hate me for this. Nobody wants to see any more of these Chevy Impalas, but I can't help it. I just found a 2016 Impala LTZ. This is literally the spec I'm looking for. This is... I want this really, really bad. I'm not sure what it's here for. It does have a couple of hail dings, but they are so minor. And there's only a couple of them that I've seen. It's got a couple of oopsies. Army, support your troops, United States Army. Had a temp tag on it, so I don't know, maybe it's a repossession. You've got 4-pin wires here, a tow hitch that I would immediately remove. Lots of scuffing on the back. You've got a gouge over here. I don't care though. This is the spec that I really, really want. And I'm wondering if this one might be something we could get for relatively cheap. These are not cheap cars, guys. I know you think, oh, it's just an old Chevy. Believe me, yes, it is, but they don't make them anymore. And these are phenomenal cars. Absolutely love the one that I have, but I really want an LTZ. And these chrome caps, gotta go, man, gotta go. Windshield is broken, that sucks. It does have the heads-up display, and the interior looks like it may be pretty rough. The tires, oh, son of a gun. Lovely. And that made short work of that, didn't it? There's no key. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's nice. Okay. Thank you. So why the alarm went off just because I opened the door is beyond me. It's not locked. You would think the alarm would only go off if the car was locked. So I really don't want to do that again. Well, it looks all right back there. Let's see if I can get you guys in here. It doesn't look too bad. There is this blue stuff all over the radio, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. And I'm looking through the windows to see if I can see a key. I see a quart of transmission fluid on the ground. I don't know if you guys can see that from where you're at, but right there on that seat, under the seat, transmission fluid. Little trees everywhere. So no key. You know what that means? That means this thing's gonna go even cheaper. What do you guys think? I'm thinking this is, I don't know. Mine was rough, guys. Mine was really rough. This one, a little rough, but not too bad. I don't really see any hail damage on the hood anywhere, but I do see 1, 2, 3. It's hard without the sun, you know, I'm probably missing some. 4, 5. Well, I definitely see 5 hail dings, and I don't see more than 5 or 6 on the trunk. On the trunk, they're really small, like pea-sized. They're a little bit bigger on the roof. There's a couple, yeah, so there's a couple. There's probably, walking around it, maybe 20, 25 hail dings all over this car. That's really not much, and I've got a PDR guy that probably do them for, yeah, I don't know, maybe $15, $20 a piece. So yeah, it's gonna cost a little bit of money, but at the end of the day, we could bring it back. The front tires are a little bit worn. I'd go ahead and put a set of tires on it. This would have to go to the auto spa, get cleaned, change the windshield, change out these chrome. I don't know, I guess they kind of match the chrome on the sides, but I don't, and the chrome here, I don't like it. I'd love to know the miles on this, but this is the spec that I was wanting, guys. It probably has the push to start, which mine doesn't have. Let me take a peek. Yeah, see, it's got push to start. It's gonna have the backup camera that mine doesn't have also, right? Yeah, right there. That's what I'm saying, man. Okay, so I am gonna put this on my watch list, guys. Key or not, I don't care. I am a little concerned that it has a bottle of transmission fluid. let me just take a quick peek underneath and see if it's leak. Oh, it's leaking. Yep, she's leaking trans. The question is, where is it leaking from? If it's the output shaft seal, that's easy. Oh yeah, these tires, good Lord, guys, 2011. How do you have 2017. This is the 51st week of 2017. So someone just put some really old, crappy tires on this car. Drop your comments below. Tell me what you think. You guys know that I'm a sucker for an Impala. I'm gonna have to review the footage and try to see if I can figure out where that leak is coming from the video. This is something I'm interested in, but I am a little bit worried about it. Next, how about a 2022 Honda HR-V? This is gonna be hail damage. You're looking at a car that's practically new. Hail, replace. 627, replace, no PDR. Huh, I wonder why. I'm fine with PDR. It doesn't bother me. Like, if you can get the dents out by doing paintless dent repair, have at it, man. At the same time, I think insurance companies have a limit. Like, if it's more than, I don't know the exact number, but 15 or more than 20 hail dings on a single panel, they don't allow PDR. You have to actually replace the panel. Why that is, I don't know. Maybe it's just more cost effective to replace the panel versus taking care of 20 or 25 hail dings on a single panel. This one, it's got quite a bit of hail damage, but it's not that bad in my opinion. But then again, you know, I'm not super picky. I don't need a perfect car. What is this? Ew. Was that someone's butt? Wow, okay. Yeah, anyway, I'm not super picky. I don't need a perfect car, and I'm not worried about what people think of me when I'm driving down the road. You know, I don't care what people think. It's like, I don't know any of these people. I'll probably never see them again, so who cares if somebody that I don't know looks at my car and goes, oh my God, look at the hail damage on that. You know, if anything, I kind of feel sorry for that person. You know what I mean? Because obviously you've never been poor enough to be thankful for the things that you have in life. That's, again, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but that's just my opinion though. Like, if you are really that concerned, how do you turn the damn fan? There we go. Weird touch screen. I don't think I've ever seen an HR-V before. I kind of like it. But if you are that judgmental that you look at somebody's car and you're like, what a piece of crap. Now, with that said, there's some exceptions, all right? When you see a car driving down the road and they put a 2x4 on the front for a bumper or plywood for windows or a house air conditioner in the back, you know, yeah, that's I'm guilty, all right, is what I'm trying to say. I'm guilty of doing it too, but, you know, really, people are just doing what they got to do to get by, man. And if you can't understand that, if you can't look at it and be like, man, the guy or gal's just doing what they got to do to get by, then you have never been poor enough to appreciate having a car at all. Just a car, beat up, banged up, even with a bumper made of wood and an air conditioner sticking out of the side window, okay? You never been that poor to be thankful to even have a car, to understand what that person's going through. I've been there. I've done some sketchy stuff myself, guys. In fact, I'll tell you one of them, just because I kind of feel bad that sometimes I do see a really ragged out car, and even me, and I grew up extremely poor, guys, but even me, sometimes I look and I'm like, good God, like, what is this guy doing? I'm guilty of it too, all right? So I'm going to tell you a personal story that I was young and really dumb. I had parked my car in front of somebody's house. It's a public street. There was nothing illegal about parking in front of someone's house, but that person was not used to a car being parked in front of their home. So when they backed out one morning, they crunched the front end of my Ford Tempo. That's right, I had a Ford Tempo. I was really proud of that car. And, well, the bumpers on those cars are made of this really brittle plastic. Well, it disintegrated the bumper on my Ford Tempo. You know, it's not really funny. It kind of sucked because I was young and I didn't have any money, so I couldn't afford to fix it, you know. So I try to talk to the person and they say they didn't hit my car. It wasn't them. Meanwhile, they've got my paint all over the corner of their car, like, and the bumper is shattered right in front of their house. The pieces of the plastic bumper are just broken all over in front of their house. And I'm like, come on, look, man. I was like, look, my bumper's smashed. Your car has my paint on it. So I called the police. You know what the police told me? They said, did you see it happen? And being the honest person that I am, I said, no, I did not see it. And they said, well, then there's nothing we can do. Even though there's paint transfer, even though the bumper shattered, you can't prove that they did it. And that was that. So I went out there in front of that person's house. I cleaned up the mess that they made. And I took, what is that tape? You guys know what I'm talking about. It's that really chintzy, thin tape. I can't remember what it's called. It's yellow. It's the yellow tape that you use for like painting. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. I took that cheap yellow tape that you could get for like, 50 cents a roll, and I did my whole bumper. I contoured my whole bumper back together with that really bad tape. Then I went and got a black can of spray paint, and I spray painted the tape black. And if from a distance of about here, it didn't look too bad. The problem is, heat, rain, spray paint, all of those things combined didn't hold up well, is what I'm trying to say. The car looked really bad. It looked really bad. And then at one point, I had put a set of old school 70-something Mustang wheels on the back, so my car was raked. My Ford Tempo, which was front wheel drive, had these big deep dish chrome wheels that came off of a 4-lug Mustang. The wheels stuck out about this far. The tires were crazy wide. Every time I hit a bump, the fender went into and the thing was raked. It was so stupid. But I was young, I didn't have much money, and I just wanted to be different. And boy, did I ever succeed at being different. I can't imagine what people were thinking of me driving around in my Ford Tempo looking like that. So there, okay, that's a embarrassing story from my youth that I've now shared to kind of make up for what an idiot I was, and also for sometimes being a little judgmental myself. So back to the HRV, 25,000 miles on the odometer, lots of problems. Road departure mitigation system problem, adaptive cruise control problem. It's going to have lane departure problem as well. TPMS light. There's a lot of lights on this dash, which is crazy for 25,000 miles. The hail damage must have damaged sensors. That's the only thing I can think. It started up on its own. It didn't even need a jump start. That is crazy that it's got so many problems. It goes forwards. It goes backwards. Air conditioning's ice cold. I mean, I'm surprised that it's got any problems at all. So let's take a look and see if maybe hail damaged something on the front. It's got a steering problem too. Very strange. I didn't see any damage to the front of the car unless I just missed it. No. There's nothing damaged up here. So what's the problem? Well, that is interesting. There's not a broken piece of plastic, nothing up front. I'm assuming there's cameras. Yeah, the cameras are still there. What about back here? I don't see anything damaged that should cause all those lights to be on, unless the repair facility had started working on it and then they stopped. That's the only thing that I can think of, is maybe the repair facility was working on it, and the insurance company said, stop, we're done. I don't know. It runs good, but this one, just be prepared. It looks like there's some other damage going on. It's going to require some attention. For that reason, I'm out. Now, this weird little car, SUV, crossover thing is something I've always been a little bit curious about. I've never actually looked at one in person. It's an EcoSport. I don't really know what that even is or what it's supposed to be, but it's an 18. It is a Hertz car with hail damage, but thankfully, it is bright white. Look, the sun is trying to come out. It's a really metallic white. I'll tell you right now, if it's got hail damage, I sure don't see it. I sure don't see the hail damage, guys. Oh, yeah, I do. There it is. You just got to catch it at the right angle, you know what I mean? Sometimes it can be really hard to see the damage. Again, it's one of those things, I don't care. I just don't care. 4-wheel drive EcoSport SES. Oh, it was a lift car. Yeah, it was a lift car. Okay. The trunk opens, oh, sideways? Oh, that's, I don't like that, actually. It's different, but I would rather it lift up. Look how much room could you, if you were, yeah, I don't know. A privacy shade that comes out 6 inches. Okay, I guess. What's under here? Nothing. And what's under here? Glue. Oops. Okay. Well, that's different. Oh, really damaged on this side. For sure. Really different. Or damaged. The interior, though, that's interesting. I like the color combo. I do like that. It's kind of a copper color. Black on copper. I like that. It's really tall, but it's really narrow. It's very narrow, very short. It's different, and that's what I like about it. It's just different. So when I saw this, I was like, an Eco what? An EcoSport? Yeah, I don't even know what that is. It must get like incredible gas mileage. That's got to be the focus of this thing. Is probably a versatile all-wheel drive vehicle that gets phenomenal fuel economy. It's got 83,000 miles on the odometer. I got to scoot this seat back because good night. It's power seats. I expect it to be old school. All right, where is the start button? Uh-oh. That's not good. Not good at all. Well, let's pop the hood. We were bound to get to that point anyway, right? I'll pop the hood real quick. And, oh, it's really soaking wet under there? All right. Come on. Ugh. Upsy daisy. There's the battery. Look at that little, that's a little bitty engine. Duratec. So it's not even an EcoBoost. This is a naturally aspirated engine. What size is this? Like a 2.0? I wonder if this has that bad transmission that Fords were notorious for. It is a 2.0. Yeah, 2 liter. Let me throw a jump on it. Let's see what it does. Well, now we're gonna find out if it runs, which I'm sure it does. It's a very unique looking vehicle, and I find it kind of interesting. There we go. I thought for sure this would have a little turbo on it somewhere, but no, it does not. Let's clear all this. I'm curious to see what kind of fuel economy. Ouch, 14.9? That's it? That's not impressive. That's not good at all. 14.9, 14.8 miles a gallon over 69.1 miles. No, I'm not impressed. Yeah, you know what? I at first I thought this is cool. I kind of like this, but now I don't like it. I don't like that back door. Windows work. I mean, I'm sure it's a decent car for sure. It goes forwards. It goes backwards. It has a screen. And does it have Sirius? Tell me it's at least got Sirius, right? Sources. Here we go. Yes, it's got Sirius. I wonder if somebody left it on. Nope, they turned it off. Dang it. Hold on. Maybe they didn't. Yeah, they turned it off. They turned it off. I mean, you can't blame them. Well, it's got Sirius XM, so that is a redeeming quality, in my opinion. Yeah, air conditioning's cold. Windows work. Goes forward and backward. It runs decent. But I just... yeah, I want to like it more than I do. I really do. I saw it and I was like, man, that is so different looking. And uh-oh, it's raining. No. No, you will not rain on me. It absolutely will rain on me. Great. Well, I guess we'd better continue on our way then. Anyway, I wanted to like it. I just don't. Sorry. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but yeah, the EcoSport is not for me. Next, we got a 2013 Honda Civic. And this is an AT&T car. They used to use the Chevy Malibus, the Chevy Classics, and looks like they upgraded a little bit to a Civic. It's a nice looking car. It's a very basic car, but still pretty nice nonetheless. I don't know what these are. What happens when you open this is what I want to know. Like, you put the key in and you open this, what is actually in there? I'm assuming this is gas, but a lot of AT&T vehicles, there it is. I was going to say a lot of AT&T vehicles use compressed natural gas, so that's something to be aware of. Not very many places have CNG available. Now, out here in Oklahoma, there's quite a few, but they're not at every gas station, you know what I mean? So it would concern me if you were on a road trip and something like this, that you'd be able to find CNG to get from one place to another on a long road trip. And also, the other thing is, these tanks and the equipment have to be inspected routinely because, let's face it, this stuff can be dangerous. And if they're not inspected and there's something wrong with them, well, you could end up with a big problem. In fact, there was one time out in front here, right in front of this building that you're looking at, on the opposite side, they had a CNG vehicle, and I think it was like a Malibu or something like that. It was an AT&T vehicle, and I went out and I was trying to fire it up. I had it on and everything, and I smelled this funny smell, and I was like, what is, and then it hit me. I was like, oh my God, this thing is leaking gas. And it was spewing gas from the tank somewhere in the trunk. I shut it off, I walked away from it, and I went inside and told the management. And they had to get a forklift. They lifted it up, and I don't know what they did, but thankfully, nothing caught fire. So, it smells all right. Oh, it's got no power, so that's nice. What is this? B&B Electronics OBD2 streamer. All right. That's interesting. Well, it's going to need a jump. I assume there's nothing in here. Yeah, there's no gas tank at all. It is straight CNG right there. I wonder when the last time it was inspected was. There should be an inspection sticker right here. Yeah, so the CNG system on this vehicle was inspected by CNG Automotive Services. Well, the problem is it doesn't say when it was inspected. Here's a DOT sticker, and this was inspected October of 17. So it's been a little while. It's been a little while. So you'd probably have to call up a CNG specialist, and look, you lose all that trunk space because you've got to put the CNG tank back here. It's going to be a giant tank back here. Well, I don't know. It's different. I like it because it's different. And the price of CNG used to be so cheap, but I don't think that is the case anymore. I think even CNG has gone up in price. So it's not nearly as cost effective to drive a CNG vehicle. I mean, it's probably still quite a lot better than gasoline, but I don't know. There's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of danger having a system like this, especially on an older car from 2013. Let's go ahead and fire it up though. Let's see how it runs. There is some good sides of CNG, and that is it burns really, really clean. So, you know, if the car's got 100,000 miles on it, that's not the same type of mileage as you would find using regular gasoline. Regular gasoline has a lot of byproducts. It's really dirty, okay? Burning gasoline, even in cleaner cars that they sell today, it's still dirty. It's a very dirty process. CNG is a very clean process. So the engine should actually have a lot less wear and tear on it than had it been a gasoline engine. So that's something to think about as well. It almost looks like there would have been an EGR valve here, and it's just blocked off, right? Doesn't it look like this is where an EGR assembly would go? Well, probably doesn't need it because of CNG. And like I said, CNG does burn a lot cleaner. I would be interested in this car just because I've never had a CNG vehicle before. Fires right up. I wonder how it measures the fuel. Check brake system. That's lovely. So it's got a fuel gauge. It's hard to see, but it's really hard for you guys to see, but it's got a fuel gauge. Check VSA system. I love the dashboard on these. They look so futuristic. Even today, I think it's a very futuristic dashboard. We've got traction control, a steering issue, ABS, brake light. In other words, it's not happy. Ooh. Ooh. That sounds like strut bearings. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it could be a ball joint, but that really sounds like it's the bearings on top of the strut going bad on the passenger front there. So the dashboard to me just looks really, really cool. Look at that. I mean, you've got all this information up top. You've got all this information down here. I love the display on these. This could be a thing of, it just needs to be driven, you know, and maybe some of that stuff will clear up and maybe it won't. Let's put it in gear and goes forwards just fine. Back, oh, it's got a backup camera too. I'm impressed by some of the silliest things, guys. It's got a backup camera. From a 2013, that's not too bad. You got an aux port, you've got a power outlet, little cubby hole. I wonder if it's got any books. It does. It's got books and it's got some receipts and registration, and we're not going to look at any of that stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and put this on my watch list. The air conditioning is cold. Important window works. Less important window works. A lot of lights on the dash though, a lot. It revs up nicely. It sounds good. Again, what is this though? Power status, OBD streamer. This must be some type of, you know, like it's sending it to the cloud, the information or something, so AT&T could keep their eyes on you. We'd have to ditch that immediately, but it sounds good. Check power steering system. I mean, it does have it's got a lot of lights on, guys. It's got a lot of lights on, but that's okay. I like the car. It's got 2 keys. Both are fobs. Oh. Uh-oh. What? I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I went ahead and put the key back on. It just kind of popped off. You know, it's an older car and it's a fleet vehicle. You know what I didn't find out is how many miles are on it. That's important. How did I miss the mileage on this? Let's try that again. Where are the miles? I would assume they're down here. No? What buttons do you push to clear all of these codes? I don't know. Okay, lovely. Select, release. Oh, some of the lights went out, I think. Well, I don't see the mileage. So it almost feels like you've got to be a scientist to figure out how to get to the mileage on this thing, and I don't think I can get you guys down there. It's too awkward of an angle, but it's under 100,000. It's 97,584 miles. So that's what it's got on the odometer. Under 100,000. You know, it's a little beat up, but overall not a bad car, and probably not something that's going to go for a lot of money. Now we're going to have to get to this last one because, especially over there, it looks like things are about to happen, and I sure don't want to get wet. This is going to be the last one on the list today, a 2020 Lincoln Navigator. This is a big Bertha, man. This thing is huge, and I love the wheels. I really like the look of these things, and if I'm not mistaken, I think these have the 3.5 liter EcoBoost engines. That tells you how capable they are, man. They put the 3.5 in everything. Now, this one is not perfect. In fact, it's far from it. Those are hail dings. Those are a little more than dings. It also looks like the hail got the sunroofs as well. The whole truck is completely destroyed. There is hail damage everywhere on this. I'm going to try to get you guys up on the roof. I can't see that far up. In fact, let me raise you up. I've got this stick that There we go. Maybe you can see things a little bit better up there than I can. But yeah, I think the hail got the roof of this and probably took out the sunroof or sunroofs. This probably has the big panoramic roofs. You guys can see better than me. I'm not tall enough to see all the way up there, guys. So, all right, let's take a look at the interior. See what she looks like. I love that. Ooh, it's got power too. I love the Navigator. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can smell it. It's interesting because when you first open the door, you get that whiff of leather. It smells really good, and then suddenly it's like smells from the back start creeping up to the front, and it's oh yeah, it's a bad smell. It's a real bad smell. Oh, it's beautiful though. I don't care. I take it anyway. I'll drive a hail damaged Navigator all day, every day. I will drive a hail damaged Navigator for sure. Man, yeah, I love the idea of an SUV instead of a truck, and that's all it is I love the idea. I like the idea of having all this room in the back that I can stuff all kinds of stuff in and not really have to worry about it getting stolen, right? Where in a truck, it's like, well, if somebody really wants into the bed, they're going to get into the bed. And at the same time, I mean, if somebody really wants to get into the Navigator, they're just going to break the window and get into the Navigator. So it's really not that much more safe for your property. I don't know, but then it's so nice. It's so nice. But then again, the price tag that comes along with something this nice, is it really worth it? I don't know. To some people, obviously that answer is yes. And I'm on the fence because I've spent a lot of money on nice cars, and lately I've been driving nothing but old cars, and it doesn't bother me one bit. I enjoy driving the old cars. Oh, wow. Don't do this to me. I don't need this. I'm like a car addict. You know what I mean? And this is like somebody handed me a free taste. You know, here you go, try it. It's free. It's free. Just try it. Try it. If you like it, come back. You know, I don't need this. I don't need this in my life. Oh, the seats feel so good. I like my Raptor. I love my Raptor. I love my old cars. I don't need a new one. Look at that heads-up display. These are really nice. These are really, really nice. Can I get a massage? I'm just curious, like, can I get a massage? Is there yeah, I don't care about that. Where? No, I want a massage. Is that great? Now it's blasting the radio. Maybe it doesn't do massages. It's got the air-conditioned seats down, though. Boy, it does. Yeah, look at this beautiful wood. Drive modes. What do we got? Normal, slippery, deep, conserve, excite. Now that's the one for me. Look at the graphics. Oh my goodness. Get out of here, man. You're killing me. You're killing me. Yep. Do I care about mold or mildew? No, I do not. I don't care. I will drive this thing until the wheels fall off. But I really would like I'd like a massage. Is that what this is right here? Is that for massage? What does that do? Oh, hold up. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness. Give me all of them. I want all of the massage. All of it. Yep, all of that too. And all of that, and all of that, and all of that. Here we go. Oh, it's doing it. It's doing it. Thank you. Wait. It stopped. It was doing it, and then it stopped. Oh, because the massage wasn't on. That was adjusting the seats. There we go. There we go. All right. Now that is better. Guys, I think I'm going to need a little bit of alone time with the Navigator. It looks like it's a little excited. I can't lie, I really like this. This is really nice. I mean, it really doesn't need that much, right? How much is a sunroof? It's just a Lincoln. Put a sunroof in it. It's not that big of a deal, right? No, probably is that big of a deal. I do like it. I really do. But even though my current daily driver is a Raptor, it does not have massaging seats, but it does have cooled seats. I think I can live without the massaging seats, considering, you know, $14,000 versus whatever the cost of this one would be. It's way over $14,000, even damaged like this. So I think I'm going to hold out, man. I'm going to continue driving my old beater cars that I really enjoy. And the best part of them is I didn't pay $100,000 for them. You know, these are relatively cheap vehicles that I can drive around, put miles on, and I don't have to worry too much about them. I like them, I enjoy them, and I think for now anyway, I'm going to stick with them. I hope you all continue to stick with me by subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and be sure to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoy this type of content. Till next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.